Good morning, everyone. Janie here. I know that in my last video I had said that I wanted to start the New Testament with yous. We are at the book of Ruth, and I actually have a bit of notes about the book of Samuel, which is the book that follows after. So I will go through those notes with you, and then we will be starting the New Testament, actually. God told me that I should get to know his son better, and what better way than to start the New Testament? I feel like before I read the Bible, I was kind of confused as to why God would ask for animal sacrifices, why he was just so hardcore, so just. And now I feel like since I've read some of it, I kind of know his personality better, and I understand his love and his justiceness. Pardon my French. Um, and yeah, no, I just have a better understanding of him and why he does the things he does. And most of my most burning questions were actually answered in the Bible. So I want to read the New Testament so I can get the same understanding of Jesus, of his son. And yeah, no, God was like, all right, Janie, you're good. Move on to the New Testament, learn about my son. And I'm like, all right, I will do that. But then we will go back to the Old Testament and we'll finish it, of course. So the book of Ruth, it was written between 1375 and 1050 BC, possibly written by Samuel. What is to take from this tale is that her children, or her descendants of this woman, Ruth, is King David and Jesus. So she's very important for that reason. So it's just her story about how she found love and had many children, and then, yeah, her descendants being King David and Jesus. The book of Samuel, written 1,000 years before Christ. In this book, a woman named Hannah is unable to have children, and she cries out to the Lord to have a child. She does get pregnant and names her child Samuel and teaches him all about God's ways. He becomes a high-ranking priest and has 2 sons. His sons are rejected by the people, and the people demand they be ruled over by a king, even though Samuel warns them that this will only lead to oppression, but they do not mind. This is the story as well of Israel's first king and the beginning of having someone rule over the people. This is the time that it started. Rule over the people besides God. Just a side note, something that I have noticed, even though I'm still at the beginning of the Bible, is that sometimes there are sentences, words, sayings where even the translators could not interpret them. I've noticed this in the Bible a little bit. Example, some Hebrew could not be translated, and it will actually say it underneath the text that no one alive knows what it means. And that is fascinating to me, that the human race admits to not having it all figured out. So there's like translations, I guess Hebrew sayings, etc. at the bottom of the Bible in the text. And it's just like extra information, especially for the really nerdy people. And here it actually says for a few times, like, we have no idea what this means. Like, the language is so old that